Hey, Shalom family. We're looking at is the written word coming from First Kings, as you can see, chapter 8, and I'm gonna cover here verse 44, chapter 8, First Kings, talking about our nation, and this the prayer of King Solomon to Yah. See, Solomon prayed for dedication. So we're gonna get into this. Let me see, can I blow this up a little bit? And I'm gonna get ready to reading this, then come back explaining this to you. It said, when your people go to war, he was talking to Yah in his prayer against their enemies, wherever you send them. See, wherever Yah scattered our nation in captivity, and when they pray to Yah towards the city you have chosen and the temple I have built for your name, then hear from heaven their prayer and and uphold their cause. See, this is very important right here. Prayer of King David's son Solomon. He did not know the first temple was going to be destroyed. He did not know all these things. So that was in his prayer when he made that first temple, and in that place y'all chose to place his name. And he said, if your people be scattered and you send them to foreign land, wherever they may be, your people, and go to war. So therefore, see right there, and y'all honor his prayer. You read the rest of this, and how y'all came down there in the clouds and over the place, the temple, and did a great sign before Solomon and the people that was there with him, and showing that y'all approval of his prayer, brothers. So see, so that shows when we turn back to Yah and obey Yah, and wherever we may be on this earth, and we come together as a nation, we can defend our own nation and people. This is what our people got to know. See, in that statement alone, King Solomon didn't think about no Jesus Christ, somebody come to die for. No, we got to fight and go to war. We got to come together. When a nation is attacking and killing our nation, we got to defend our own nation. He was asking Yah to help us, to help our cause. But he said, if the people go to war, let's read that again. Because we got too many line brothers over here keep making stuff up and aiding our enemies to defeat of our own nation. See right here, say when your people go to war. Let me see. I kind of fading out. Let me see. Can I get this on here? Get in there and gain that focus back on. It said when your people go to war, see, against their enemy, wherever you send them, and when they think that it's blurry. I can't get the focus in at this time. So I'm gonna leave that alone for now. It's long, fam. It's so important that our people take this to heart, because this statement is so potent. It said, when your people go to war against their enemies, wherever you send them, when they pray to Yah towards this city you have chosen and the temple I have built for your name, then hear from heaven their prayer and their plea and uphold their cause. When they transgress against you, for there is no one who does not transgress, and you become angry with them and give them over to the enemy who takes them captive land far away or near, and if they have a change of heart in the land where they are held captive, and repent and plead with you in the land of their conquerors, and say, we have transgressed, we have done wrong, we have acted wickedly, and if they turn back to you with all their heart and soul in the land of their enemies who took them captives, and pray to you toward the land you gave their ancestors, let's say fathers, toward the city you have chosen, I have built for your name. Then from heaven, your dwelling place, hear their prayers and their plea, and uphold their cause. See, again, and forgive your people who have transgressed against you. Forgive all of the offense they have committed against you, and cause their conquerors to show them, see, there's a mercy, compassion, for they are your people and your inheritance, whom you brought out of Mizraim and out of the iron smelting furnace. May your eyes be open to your servants and plead, and to their plea of your people, Yasha Yah, and may you listen to them whenever they cry out to you. For you single them out from all the nations of the world to be their own inheritance, just as you declared through your servant Moshe when you, O sovereign Yah, brought our fathers out of Mizraim. When he had finished all these prayers and supplication to Yah, he rose from before the altar of Yah, where he had been kneeling with his hands spread out towards heaven, and he stood and baraked the whole assembly of Israel in a loud voice, saying, Praise be Yah, hallelujah, who had given rest to his people, just as he promised. Not one word has failed of all the right promises he gave through his servant Moshe. And may Yah al-Barah be with us as he was with our ancestors. And may he never leave us nor forsake us. May he turn our hearts to him, to walk in all his ways and keep his commandments, decrees, and regulations he have gave our fathers, our ancestors. And may these words of mine, which I have prayed before Yah, be near to Yah al-Barah day and night, that he may uphold our cause of his servant and the cause of his people Israel according to each day's need, so that all the people of the earth may know that Yah is Barah. This is so important, family. To live by his decree and obey his command at this time. It said they with him offered offerings before Yah, and Solomon offered a sacrifice, an offering of fellowship, offerings to Yah, 20,000 cattle and 120,000 sheep and goats, so that the king and all Yashael Yah dedicated the temple to Yah. On the king consecrated the middle part of the courtyard in front of the temple of Yah. There he offered burnt offerings and grain offerings and fat of the fellowship and offerings, because of the bronze altar before Yah was too small to hold the burnt offerings and the grain offerings and the fat of the fellowship offering. So Solomon observed the feast at that time, and all Israel with him, a vast assembly, people from Nebo, Hamath, and Wadi of Egypt. They celebrated it they celebrated it before Yah al-Barah for 7 days and 7 days more, 14 all in all. On the following day, he sent the people away, and they baraked the king, and then went home joyfully and glad and hot for all the great things Yah had done for the servant David and his people Israel. See, this is very important. This is some history I'm just covering, and some acts of King David's son Solomon, what he done. So when Solomon and finished building the temple of Yah and the royal palace, and achieved all he had desired to do. Yah appeared to him the second time, as he had appeared to him in Gibeon, and Yah said to him, I have heard the prayers, I have heard the prayer and plead you have made before me, and I have consecrated this temple which you have built by putting my name there by putting my name there forever, and my eyes and my heart will always be there. As for you, if you walk before me in integrity and integrity of heart and uprightness, as Dawid, your ancestor, did, and do not and do all I command and observe my decrees and laws, I will establish your royal throne over Israel forever, as I promised Dawid, your father, whom I said, you shall never fail to have a man on the throne of on the throne of Israel. But if you or your sons turn away from me and do not observe the commands and decrees I have given you, and go off to serve Elohims, with the idols of other nations, and worship them, then I will cut off Israel from the land I have given them, and reject this temple I have consecrated for my name. Israel will then become a byword and an object of ridicule among all people. And though this temple is now imposing, all who pass by will be appalled and will scoff and say, why has the Yah such thing to this land and to this temple? And the people will answer, because they have forsaken Yah, their Barah, who brought their fathers out of Egypt, and have embraced other Elohim, idols, and worship and serving them. I'm in 1 Kings chapter 9. And this on the prayer and response back when you to King Solomon. Embrace other Elohims and worship and serving them. That is why Yah brought all this disaster on them. And that's what our people did. Our people turned away from Yah and started serving the Elohims, the idols of the other nation. And Yah brought all these disasters on our nation. But Yah always so give us a way back if we obey him and submit to his will and unite together. And then we have the right, by the will of Yah, to defend our own nation back in our own liberty and sovereignty. So it's going to take a collective effort of our people to get into their minds and heart to want to obey Yah and want to come back together as a nation of people to defend our own nation, our brothers and sisters. And that's why we can defend our nation right now, because we have no sovereign leader at this moment, and our people not organized to do so. So it's a bunch of confusion in our nation. Our people walking in the way they want to walk, and walking in the way our people want to walk, gonna get our people killed. See, Nipsey Hussle is another example of that. He was an independent man walking any way he wanted to walk on this earth, going to and fro in this earth without order, protection, and the love of his own people and nation. And that's for the parties that was involved in his killing. So this is very important, brother. So that's what we got to suppress and stop in our nation, so it won't be no strange killing. And be like, a bunch of speculation. Maybe he did, maybe that person had something to do, maybe the police had something to do. We'll know if it's the police or our people off the jump. See, but right now it's a bunch of confusion. Ways on their own things and their own agenda, and have no protection. You see that? Money is not protection. You see that? This man was worth over $200 million, but he didn't have no protection to stop his death. Our people got to know that. Nation of people that love each other and work together could defend themselves. See, but you can have be an individual with $1 million or $1 billion Think about Bill Cosby. He locked up in jail doing 3 to 10 and was a millionaire. Multi-millionaire was probably had a billion before. I don't know. But he had no defense. See, he had no nation he could turn to God and protect him. See, we don't have that right now. See, our people is integrated with the Caucasian man in America. So all of our people is vulnerable and subject to be locked up and killed by the Caucasians with no help, regardless how rich you are. You have no help if they come in and do a raid on you. You got no help, and your nation of people is not going to help you. They're going to be saying, what did he do? Well, he should never did this and that. See, the white people don't do that. The white people got protection. They got the military. The Caucasians in America own everything. They own the government. They own the police force, the Navy SEALs, everything. The whole military branches. They own that. They people, their ancestors. But what do the so-called Negro own in America? We don't have our own government at this time. We don't have our own military forces or nothing to guard and protect us on the street. That's why our sisters like Sandra Bland could get killed. And many sisters get raped and destroyed. And nobody could protect them. Not one man, regardless how sophisticated they may be, they can't protect them. No organization. See, Farrakhan have a 1 million man march and say save the day, but can't protect none of our people in America. And he called himself the Nation of Islam. What kind of nation is that? That's a religion. A religion organization that was taught by Elijah Muhammad and some other foreigner that came to America and brainwashed our people way back then in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000. The people and the people still got magician came here and did tricks on our people and caught our people while they were vulnerable and looking and searching for identity and came here teaching our people, oh yeah, the Caucasians are the devil. Okay, that's true. But he brought false religion. See, that Farrakhan still teach. Now Farrakhan teach Christianity too as well. So that's a fact. And so no matter how with knowledge come together, we can defend ourselves in an orderly fashion or manner. We can have our own military to guard and protect our people, even captivity, even in foreign lands. We can be able to protect our people from foreign enemies. And you know, the people in America, the Caucasian is an enemy of ours. Because look at the way they treat us. They don't love us. They don't care for us. They just beat us down and rape and rob us and do all manner of evil to us. They got no change of heart right now. But we got to but y'all people got to change their heart first. Then y'all can move on the hearts of the enemies and get them to change their heart. But first we got to change and obey our Creator, Yah. So keep that in mind. Think about these things and let's move forward. Anything for the advancement of our own nation, that we could get back organized and do the things we need to do to protect our nation, number one, and love our nation. Love and care. See, love and care go with protection. See, you can't love and care for your nation if you got no means to defend your nation from enemies from within and enemies from without. Brothers and sisters, we must guard and protect honestly and righteously and morality. By all fronts of protection, we must restore these things back to our nation to have and come to the point that we may have peace one day. With that, I say Toda. Once I can shut this thing down, now I got to go through the process of shutting it down again.